Missiles are being launched. Military forces are mobilizing. Global powers are watching closely. What began as a long-standing shadow conflict between Israel and Iran now risks becoming something far bigger. But could this really escalate into World War III? To understand the danger, we first need to understand the history. For decades, Israel and Iran have been bitter enemies, even though they do not share a direct border. Their conflict has largely played out indirectly. Assassinations, cyber attacks, airstrikes, proxy battles, a shadow war, rarely direct confrontation. And that is what makes the current situation so dangerous. In recent years, tensions have steadily increased. Iran has expanded its regional influence through allied militias in Lebanon, Syria, Iraq, and Yemen. Israel has responded with frequent strikes aimed at preventing Iran from gaining a permanent military foothold near its borders. At the center of this conflict lies one of the most explosive issues in global politics: Iran's nuclear program. Israel has repeatedly stated it will not allow Iran to obtain nuclear weapons. Iran insists its program is peaceful, but distrust runs deep. When rhetoric turns into military action, escalation becomes possible. The real risk is not just Israel versus Iran. The real risk is who else gets pulled in. The United States is Israel's closest ally and maintains a powerful military presence in the region. Iran, meanwhile, has strategic relationships with countries such as Russia and China. If confrontation intensifies, regional clashes could evolve into something involving multiple global powers. History shows how quickly regional wars can expand. World War I began with a single assassination and a chain reaction of alliances. Today, military alliances are even more complex. There are reasons why full-scale global war remains unlikely. Modern powers understand the catastrophic consequences of direct war between major states. Economic interdependence, nuclear deterrence, international pressure all act as barriers against uncontrolled escalation. Both Israel and Iran know that an all-out war would carry immense costs. So, where does that leave the world? Right now, the situation remains tense, but contained. Much of the confrontation still occurs through limited strikes and indirect actions rather than full invasion. The key question is whether deterrence will hold, or whether a miscalculation could spark something wider. In geopolitical crises, it is often not planned actions that trigger disaster, but accidents, misunderstandings, overreactions. A missile that lands in the wrong place. A strike interpreted as a declaration of war. A leader pushed into a corner with no political exit. That is how escalation happens. For now, the world watches carefully. Diplomatic channels often remain open even during public hostility. The future depends on whether regional actors choose restraint or retaliation. So could this become World War III? At this stage, it remains unlikely, but the risk of broader regional war is real. In an interconnected world, regional wars have global consequences: energy markets, global security, political stability. If you found this breakdown helpful, subscribe to Beyond Borders Docs for more in-depth analysis of global conflicts and power shifts. And let us know in the comments, do you think this conflict will stay regional? Or could it grow into something much bigger?